Hello and welcome. So today is very eventful, to say the least. Hello and welcome. If this is your first time, hey, I am clairaudient. I do receive various styles of channeled messages. This is a 24-hour daily intuitive message. So I will be going through 3 different decks to get 3 different perspectives of positive information in regards to your next 24 hours, okay? So this is a timeless. That means it's meant for whenever you find this. Hi, good evening across the world. Good evening over here. Good morning across the world. Yes, it's morning across the world right now. Okay? And good night to everyone in between. The energy is high today. I could just feel it. I've been feeling it. Okay, so this is a timeless. That means that it's meant for whenever you find this. This is for your next 24 hours to get a little glimpse at it. See what kind of information we can take and tug for later on. Put in our back pocket. So we have a little bit of awesome info and inspiration. All right. Now, since I am clairaudient and I do receive those messages and I relay them back to you guys, I will be letting you know what those are. Usually they are very symbolic, but take them as it resonates for you since it's a collective, okay? So whatever resonates, kindly take, and whatever doesn't, just compassionately leave it for the person who needs to hear it, or just hang on to it. Might pertain to your next 24. Yes, morning time over there, you guys. I know you guys caught me. You got me. I didn't do it right. I didn't do it right with the nighttime and the daytime and the nighttime. Okay, you guys. I'm seeing a man look at himself in the mirror. And when he looks at himself in the mirror, he's doing his hair like he's cutting his hair. And when he looks in the reflection, it's the reflection of him as a little boy. I am totally adequate for all situations. I am one with the power and wisdom of the universe. I claim this power, and it is easy for me to stand up for myself. Oh my goodness. This is talking about growing up. This is growing up. These are the phases. In other words, it's phases. Because we never stop growing. If you look at how old the earth is, and you look how old even the oldest person is on earth, we're children. We're children on earth. All of us. I even feel like those are like 2 little kids that are just hanging out, but they're adults, you know? And you see the trees, it's talking about longevity. It's talking about a long life. This is talking about, I'm hearing experience. And I'm even hearing, saying like, once in a blue moon. Now, I don't know if everyone has heard of this expression, but people say sometimes like, oh, once in a blue moon, I'll go, and then they do something that they rarely do, right? It's like once in a blue moon. So once in a blue moon means like not very often. It's something that happens once in a while, or something that happens, it's occasional sometimes, but not even like sometimes, but like more of occasional, you know? Something that like sort of rarely happens. That's what, it's an expression. When people say, oh, once in a blue moon. And I'm hearing that right now. And I feel like that has to do with something that comes up once in a blue moon. This could be, ooh, this is going to be different for everyone. Because I'm getting the physical and I'm also getting mental things. Things that people think. I feel like at an early age, many of you who are watching, who will be watching, at an early age, at a very young age, you learned how to take care of yourself. This is going to resonate for a high amount of you guys because it's really speaking in the vibration about that. Taking care of yourself in a young age. Okay. I'm seeing like little kids, and the little kids are like having I see a little kid that's being bullied. And I'm like being drawn to his backpack, and the backpack is bigger than him, which means he is adequate to take on the bullies, you know, like having enough to take on the challenge. Remember, everything's like symbolic. I feel like this is the bullies are very symbolic for challenges, and the backpack is very symbolic for being prepared. Those who have won major victories realize that all the resources to win are within, and that most knowledge needed to succeed is acquired after action. You guys are experienced in the challenges you are going through right now. You're experienced in the challenges that will be coming up in the next 24 hours. And this knowledge is within you. So you are actually ready to be successful in overcoming the challenge. I'm seeing a father, and he's looking at his son, and he's telling him, don't be afraid. And he's telling him, like, don't be afraid. It's like, don't fear, you know? And this is talking about the confidence. You know, if within the next 24 hours, you may be questioning whether you're ready to take on a challenge, whether you're ready to take on a situation, a new responsibility, a new something that may be a little tough for you. I say go for it, because you have everything in here. It says within, everything within to overcome this. And I think that it's like the bullies in my vision are like kind of like you making a bigger deal of the challenge than what it really is, you know? Because I feel like the bullies aren't going to hurt the boy, but in your head you sort of have this like monster of what could happen, what could go wrong. And it's saying, don't worry about what can go wrong. Worry about what can be successful. And don't worry about it. Like, be excited about success. Be excited to overcome things. And this is what I always say too. If you don't you guys are going to succeed. Whatever this is something that you have the resources within you to actually be successful in it. Okay? But I always say this whenever I get a little afraid, because we all do. That's a normal thing. And when you're feeling that fear for anything in your life, remember that the fear it's just there to protect you. But even if you lose, okay? Even if you lose, let's just say you go out and you put yourself on a limb and you're like, man, this could go either way, and you lose, you still win the experience. You still win an experience. So if you stay stuck and you don't do anything, then you really lose. Then you're really losing because you didn't even try. You know, when the worst that can happen in failure is you get success in experience. You're never left like where you didn't get anything. When you go out on a risk, you're not left with nothing. You're left with experience, or you're left with successfully overcoming that. And there's going to be a new challenge. There's always a new challenge. Okay? What are you going to do? Be afraid of failure? Successful. The difference between successful people and not successful people is that the successful people kept going regardless of the failure. Okay? So don't worry about failure. Failure is just part of the process, man. That's just part of experience to know what not to do. And sometimes failure, I can't tell you how many times failure has really benefited me, because I experienced it, and then I go, later on to overcome a different challenge, I go, I remember when I didn't overcome this other challenge, I learned this or that. And you apply that knowledge to your new, challenges in the future. So you never left with nothing. So you guys have enough, more than enough. I feel like more than enough experience. I feel like more than enough resources. You guys can succeed this thing that you guys are going to be, this challenge you'll be facing within the next 24 hours. You guys have everything you need to get over the challenge. I'm excited for you too, because, earlier, I just kept feeling all this high vibration. It's like this high vibe energy. I feel like I can't scream loud enough of the excitement I feel from the vibration I'm in. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel in this vibe right now. I feel like you guys are gonna be excited about overcoming challenges. And I feel like excited that you put yourself out there. I feel like this is somebody who's putting themselves out there for something. You can either be putting yourself out there for a future job. You can either be putting yourself out there for romance. You could even be going out on a limb and trying to tackle a business thing. Sometimes we have a challenge come at us and we just need to go after it. Think outside the box. I'm seeing somebody painting, and I see different forms of painting. It's like painting with spray paint, and then I see painting with like a paintbrush. I feel like saying brush aside the fear and get creative. This is getting creative. Use your creativity in a situation. People think that a lot of people think that creativity is only related to art. creativity is much more than just painting or drawing. And I don't say just like it's nothing, because I paint and I draw and I think it's beautiful. But creativity is also having to think strategically, okay? Like people that go to, you know, like generals and like war and stuff, they have to get creative with their strategy, right? They have to come up with a game plan and stuff like that. Even football, or, you know, soccer or something, or even, you know, anything. Just because it's not with paint doesn't mean it's not creative. Creativity happens in many forms. Even happens in love, when people decide that they want to ask somebody out. Sometimes people get creative. People get creative in all kinds of different situations. To overcome the challenge, there's within you a creativity. There's a creative flow. Desert. I feel like this is like an open space in your mind. I say meditate, you guys, because when you meditate, there's gonna be, you see all those little dots. I feel like all those little dots are a bunch of different creative ideas that you can use to overcome the challenge that you're going to be facing within the next 24 hours. It's a bunch of creativity. And I feel like the creativity is hidden, because you see at the bottom right here, you're gonna see the flowers, right? But at the top, it looks like just a desert. I feel like this is hidden because it's also right here. We were talking about it being within. This is a creative resource that's within you that you can use to overcome any type of challenge that you're going to be facing within the next 24 hours. Okay, you guys, remember, you guys are adequate. You are more than enough. You're more than adequate. I feel it. I feel like you're more than ready for this. It's just a little bit of fear from the past. Some, it's going to be fear of past failures. Others, it's going to be the fear of I feel the fear comes from the past way of thinking. Some of you guys, it's like an old way of thinking where you always sort of push yourself to do something out of fear. So you put a fear mechanism in there so that way you can go and do it. And this one is saying, no. Be strategic, be creative, creativity. And I'm seeing a man putting a blanket over himself. And the blanket is beige. It's like a beige color. I feel like it's like you're ready, you're adequate. It's like almost like an armor, but it's not really armor. This is gearing up. This is getting ready. It's like getting ready. I feel like you're ready though. Whatever it is, you're ready. You're adequate. And you have to let go of fear. To be able to think about that knowledge that's within. Yes, you guys. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the challenges. I know it's hard to say, oh, well, it's easy. I mean, I know it's, people say it's easy to say that. But it really is. I mean, like, I have gone through different types of challenges myself. We all face different challenges. Nobody goes through life without any challenge. Life is supposed to have challenges. Different people have different challenges. And we need to be compassionate towards each other and each other's challenges. No judging, no going, well, mine is bigger or what. But helping. Get creative, get creative, get creative. I just keep hearing that. So within the next 24 hours, know that you're adequate to overcome, because I feel like it's a successful overcome. Know that you're adequate, that you can, but you have to think strategically, and you have to think creatively, out of the box, very out of the box thinking, where you're thinking and it's very much different. You know, when I make things, because I make all kinds of things, I love to create. I love art. I love to make things. I have, for instance, I repurpose things. This is a jewelry box. I use it to put cards that I'm making inside of it. You see? You see? And I do this because I don't waste things. But it's a creative way to use it, right? So this is being creative with your resources. Okay? All right, you guys. Thank you for joining me for this 24-hour intuitive message, inspirational message. Now, I hope that you guys go on your next 24 hours with a lot of strength. Remember, you guys don't need too much strength because you guys already have it within you. You do. I feel very certain, very confident about that. So, and remember, no loss is really a loss if you learn something from it. So thank you for joining me here for your 24-hour. And I hope you guys have a fantastic 24. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Bye.